No worries. Thanks very much for the chat, Robert. Appreciate it. See you later. Have a good day. Oh, g'day. Keithy here. Thanks for joining me. So I've just got off the laptop. I've been having a bit of a chat with a bloke named Robert. Robert's in the mining industry, and Robert is actually the guy that we're going to interview for today's video. So I'm very excited for that. If you are interested in being on the mining videos with me, there are a number of ways you can get in contact. TORQN, we've talked about that one. Chilling with Keithy also, and you can get on through the email address which I'll put in the description if you'd like to be a part of these videos with me. So like I said a second ago, just interviewed Robert. He's one of the mining industry workers, so we're going to have a bit of a discussion about what he does on his time off as well, and then we're going to have a bit of a bio on exactly what kind of work Robert might do in the mining industry. We'll get into a little bit more detail about that. So stick around, grab a cup of coffee, and I'll see you in a second. Well, we couldn't go without checking this out.
Staring at fires now.
Alright, so we have got quite a lot of wind today. I do apologise if the audio is a little bit on and off here and there. It has been a really blowy day up here in North Queensland. Alas, we're here to do a video on the mining industry where I interview one of you guys, or girls, and we have a bit of a discussion about what you do in the mining industry. Once we've had our conversation and get to know you a little bit, then we move on and talk about that particular role in the mining industry. If you'd like to be a part of that, you can get on to TORQN. You'll find me there. I've made a post saying asking if anyone would like to be on the videos with me. You're most welcome to contact me on TORQN. You'll always get me there. I'm there most days of the week, except for maybe a Sunday here and there. You'll also get me here on YouTube, or you can get me at Chilling with Keithy over on Facebook. You can comment down here, or also I've got in the description below my email address, so you can contact me there. I'll give you a quick bio on TORQN and then we'll get into the game. So TORQN is a mining app, and I think it's a really fantastic thing, and I talk about it quite a lot in the mining videos because I think it's such a fantastic app for anyone in the mining industry. If you're looking for some information on what you do, what you operate, what you want to do, then TORQN has got so much information and a huge body of people there that you can talk to about your issues or what you're thinking. There is a lot of safety information as well about what's happening in the mining industry, so you can keep up to date with that. So yeah, the link is in the description. Follow that link, you'll get to TORQN, you can log in, sign up, all that kind of magic stuff, and try and see what it's all about for you. For this interview, Robert, who you're going to hear a bit about in a second, actually contacted us via Chilling with Keithy over on Facebook. That's one of many ways you can get a hold of me, as I said before. So we had a good chat. I've just had a video chat with him now, but he's requested that I don't put his video chat up on this video itself, although I'm happy to take notes about what he was talking to me about, and I can basically verbalise them between what he said and you guys over there hearing about it. So as I mentioned, Robert and I had the conversation over on the Zoom app on the computer. That's just one of the many ways we can do this kind of thing. Robert's been in the mine for over 10 years. He doesn't know exactly how long he's been in the mine, but he said it's been over 10 years. He's done quite a few different things, from surface fitter operation as a qualified fitter, where he was a fitter maintainer. He's also spent a bit of time on the machinery as well, operating certain diggers and loaders and dozers. So he knows his hand in that kind of machinery as well, such as what we interviewed Tracy with just the other day. And now he's working underground as a scaler. Now, it might not be an absolute beautiful job down there, he says, but it's honest and he does the good day's work. Get in, get it done, and get home, no worries. And Robert is a local to where he works. He's asked me not to say the mine site that he works at, but he lives residential to the mine, so he doesn't have to fly in and fly out to get to the workplace. That means he can be home every day with his family. He says he appreciates that, and he likes the fact that he can see his kids grow up without having to fly away from them every other week, although he does say that he wouldn't have a problem to do fly-in flight if that's what he had to do. During his daily operation, when he goes underground in the mine, he also fixes up ventilation systems underground. It's a very important part of underground operation to have ventilation systems. That way fresh air can be pumped down into the mine to keep the workers safe. Robert said, would he change working in the mining industry for anything? No way. He loves it. He's met a lot of really great people where he works and in the town he's lived in for most of the time that he's worked in the mining industry, and he said he wouldn't change it for quids. He says he's made a lot of friends in the mining industry, and that leads to what he does when he's finished work and on his time away from work. He takes his boat up to Kurumba. He says he likes to get out and do a bit of fishing when he can. It's not a sports boat, he said, but it'll go a fair way and you catch some pretty interesting fish. That aside, he said he doesn't mind taking the family over to the coast, and sometimes a few beers with the boys doesn't go astray. So thanks for the interview, Robert. I really appreciate it, mate. Appreciate your time. Only on the phone for about 5 or 10 minutes there, not really that long, but it was really good. And thank you for your contribution on the app as well, mate, because I see you over on TORQN there as well. So it's good to see you on a lot of different platforms. And as requested, we're going to talk about what it's like to be a fitter maintainer in the surface in the mining industry. So the really quick version, operating and maintaining a plant. That involves keeping it clean, but also keeping an eye on it, running around the plant, taking a few notes on things that may need replacing soon or things that might need maintenance sooner rather than later. Robert said he used to do daily inspections while he was up there. There's an inspection sheet. He runs around, makes sure everything is tick, 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 all good. If it's not good, it can be acted upon, or during a plant shutdown, which I'll talk about later, can be replaced. Robert said there's a lot of footwork in the role of a fitter maintainer because you've got to go around a very large area of plant. That includes things like conveyor belt systems around mills and crushers and all kinds of different various pump stations, and there may be systems to float or leach different types of ores that also need inspection by a fitter maintainer or operator maintainer. There's a lot of different names that can be used for this position here, and the job roles differ greatly in between those different roles. For example, a fitter on its own, he or she will just be a fitter in the plant. A fitter maintainer often will go around and find faults, maintain them as they go. And then you've got an operator maintainer who's mostly an operator, but will also spin a few tools as needed for repairs. Robert said one of the things that he loved when he was up on the surface was the shutdowns, because you get to run around with all of the contractors, find a heap of work to do, schedule all of the work and repairs that need to happen in the plant. Usually it would happen about every 3 or 4 months. Go around and fix everything up to get it running again in tip-top shape. Robert said it wasn't uncommon to see more than 100 contractors for every shutdown. That's a lot of people right there, but it's needed. See what happens during a shutdown, and I've already done a video on shutdown if you have a look up there. Shutdowns are designed to stop the plant and repair things that need to be repaired. So often a mining company will call in a lot of contractors to come in and do that work, and these contractors will specialise in those roles, so they will be sent straight to work on whatever equipment or tools that they need to use in order to get the plant running again sooner in tip-top shape. For example, mill liners. The liners inside of a mill need replacing on a periodic basis. So there are crews of people who know how to do relines on mills, and they will come around, they run around to all of the mines in Australia and overseas as well, and they will replace all of the liners in the mills as required, or there might be certain liners that need to be replaced, not all of them. That's their job. They know how to do it. They know how to do it very well. They're very efficient, they're very fast, and generally they will fly in for the shutdowns, maybe in a team of say 30 or 40 people, smash it out and then head home after that. As a part of Robert's job as a fitter on the surface, he had to operate certain machinery. That included things like cranes and forklifts and whatnot, he said, but at times he also has to use some other equipment such as bobcats and backhoes just to clean work sites and areas before, say, launching the crane. You have to make the ground nice and stable and flat before you can place the feet down. There was also things including forklifts, large forklifts and small forklifts to move tools and parts around in order to do some repairs. Robert said he did his apprenticeship down south and then he moved up into the mining industry and completed it there and has been there ever since. As a surface fitter, you might find various different rosters The most common rosters you'll find are the 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 1 week on, 1 week off, and the 3 weeks on, 1 week off. There are a lot of different rosters out there, so every mine is different. They're not all the same. You'll have to look into that and do your homework if you're planning on going into the mining industry as a fitter. As I say in most of my videos and the comments from you guys, if you're looking to get a job such as a fitter in the mining industry, the way that I would go is to go to Seek, because Seek is a pretty big job and you'll find all of the big mining companies will be up there advertising their jobs. Otherwise, come over to the TORQN app. There's often a few people over there as well who advertise their jobs. They'll just speak out. It's not an advertisement as such, but they'll just speak out saying they're looking for so-and-so, looking for this and that. And you might even find yourself landing a job from that. Now, moving on from the fitter role, we were talking about shutdowns there before. That's another way to get into the mining industry. If you're looking at getting in, you could come in as a contractor during a shutdown. So look for contract mining roles if you want to try and get into the mining industry, but you don't have an apprenticeship behind you in order to get in the door. You might be able to coach yourself in that way, get to know a few people and find a job at a certain mine. Okay, so that's a pretty quick little rundown on Robert and what he did in the mining industry. And obviously we had a bit of a chat about what he has done in the mining industry, and he wanted us to chat about working on the surface as a fitter. So there you go, guys. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Like I always say, don't go down and subscribe. And also you can find all of my videos through playlists that I've got on here. I've got heaps of mining ones and any of the other stuff that might interest you. Don't forget to go to the TORQN app as well. The link is in the description, and I'll see you there. I'll see you next time. Take care. Cheers.